What's happening, guys? Jim the Game Guru, your video game and board game nerd, the channel about gaming, video games, and board games. Okay, today's video, let's do some Century, bum ba dum bum bum, the Gollum edition. So Gollum edition, look at the back. Really cool looking game. Awesome artwork. I really love the artwork. Now, from my understanding, this game, I've never played a Century game. And from my understanding is that there's 3 different versions of these games. Maybe more. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, if there's actually more beyond 3. And they've taken those games and they've made them into this Gollum editions where they have changed the artwork, and it's really cute looking. I absolutely love the packaging inside. I like how they put everything in the game in separate containers already, no punching out anything. The only thing I had to do was unwrap the cards. And they give you metal coins. They give you metal coins. Thank you. Thank you for giving me metal coins. You know how rare that is in games? Usually the coins are cardboard. Okay, so we're gonna dive into this. So I'm gonna do a quick how to play on this with 2 people. And it's just a game where you kind of have these little caravans and you gain crystals and you purchase cards and you're purchasing point cards. And eventually the person that has the most points from purchasing these points cards will end up winning the game. It kind of feels like I don't know, you just, for some reason when I look at it, I think of like games like Splendor and stuff, but even though the mechanics are different, those are the first thing that come into my mind. It's not really an engine building game. It's more of like a purchasing cards and making the right plays at the right time. If you guys are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and let's go ahead and tear into Century, the Gollum edition. Here we go. Century, the Gollum edition. Let's start playing. We're gonna do a 2-player game. Let's take a look at the beautiful layout here. Okay, so over here you have all your crystals. You have yellow, green, blue, and pink. And what happens is the actual crystals have to be in this order. And the reason why they're in this order is because it's kind of the value of them goes up. So whenever there's a mechanic in this game where you can actually upgrade crystals that will upgrade from one lower value to a higher value crystal. They are plastic, so I'll grab some of these and I'll show you. They're just plastic. They are kind of like a plastic little crystals that you can, they feel, you know, pretty decent. They're not like heavy by any means. I wish they had a little bit more weight to them, but that's okay. Then we have metal coins up here. Like, hear that clinking? Oh yeah, that cling, cling, cling. I love that. So you have copper and silver coins up here. There you are, copper and silver coins. These are only used at the end game when scoring. So the copper coins will give you 3, and I believe the silver ones give you 1, if I'm not mistaken. Up here in this row, we have point cards, and what happens is when you buy these point cards, they will give you victory points. So like this one, for example, will give you 20 points. Victory points when you buy that. It costs 5 pinks, and the pinks, as you know, are the rarest of the crystals. Here you can take a look at the back. There you go. Those are all the point cards. I can actually go through these point card deck really fast to show you what some of the artwork looks like on them. Really cool looking artwork. I mean, I love it. It's fantastic. Just awesome looking golems. I guess they're all crystal golems or something, because they have these crystals on their bodies. This one's got playground. That's awesome. Yeah, and it looks like all these golems are friendly based on their pictures. They're helping people. Some of them are bridges, some of them are parks, some of them are handling merchandise for them and carrying things for them. But yeah, it looks absolutely amazing in the artwork. I dig it a lot. So you have 5 point cards that you end up putting face up. And then here you have the merchant cards. The merchant cards are 6 face up. And these will give you special abilities. They'll either allow you to trade 1 crystal for another crystal, or so like for this one, for example. This one here says that if you trade in 2 blue crystals, you get 3 greens and 2 yellows, okay? And some of them will actually allow you to do upgrading. Like this will actually do upgrade. It'll upgrade. This allows you to upgrade a crystal from one type, so maybe like a yellow, to a green, So you have a choice when you're upgrading. You can either take the same ones that you're constantly upgrading up to a certain amount, or you can upgrade other ones. So this one I could upgrade 3 separate crystals. So if I had a green, I can make a green go to a blue. If I had a yellow, I can make a yellow go to a green. And if I had a blue, I can make a blue go to a pink. Or I could say if I had a yellow, I can upgrade it to a green, and then upgrade that green to a blue, and then upgrade that blue to a pink. So it allows you 3 upgrades, no matter which way you choose to use it. Go ahead and cycle through the merchant deck and show you the cards. Again, great artwork. These ones don't have any golems on them. They're just people. Looks like a lot of the merchants they have on there. And the crystals, right? There you go. I absolutely, man, I mean, I know I keep blabbering on about the artwork, but I really dig it. I like when games have these cute artwork based on it, whether they're cartoony or something else, and there's just something about it. And if it's done really well, it just makes the game kind of pop a little bit with a little bit of charm. So each player gets a caravan, and here's an example of a caravan card right there. And what happens is you put your crystals in here, and then this is what you use to then purchase the point cards. Now, if you go beyond the 10, you forfeit crystals. So you have 10 max that you can keep in your caravan. And if you go beyond, remember that's one thing you gotta remember as you're playing the game. So you don't want to hoard crystals because it's not going to benefit you. And you also have 1 action per turn, so hoarding crystals makes no sense because, well, if you need to start using those crystals really quick and the rounds are getting shorter because somebody's almost at that point where they can end the game, then you wasted your opportunity there. And then every player also starts off with 2 cards. They start off with a card that gives you 2 yellow crystals and a card that gives you 2 upgrades. Okay, so they start off with 2. First person starts off with 3 yellows. Second player starts off with 4 yellow crystals. You'll know the first person player card because that caravan actually has this little token on it. It's like a little purple token on the corner of the card. Now, one thing I noticed about the game setup, it tells you it shows the caravans like this. And I guess you don't need to do that. If you wanted to, you could probably have your caravan like that. I guess that doesn't really matter. I haven't seen a purpose for doing it like this. And here's the manual. So if you're wondering what the hell does the manual look like, it's a 1-pager. 1-pager, really simple, and low production cost manual, but it is on a nice thick cardboard style sheet, and it's got good print on it. Easy to follow, easy to read. It tells you how to set it up and take your turns, etc. And it also shows you additional things about upgrading, trading, and acquiring cards, and resting and claiming. So there's 4 actions you can do in this game. You can play a card from your hand. You can acquire a merchant card. You can rest. And what happens with resting is you pull back the cards that you played. Or you can claim a point card, okay? Which is one of the ones on the top. All right, so let's go ahead and dig in. We're gonna do player 1 over here. Let's see, what are they gonna do? I don't know. Maybe I will, let's go ahead and play this. We're just gonna get 2 yellow crystals. There we go. Now, one thing is, when you play your cards out of your hand, they're gone. They've already been played. They stay like this, out. And what happens is you need to rest in order to bring back the cards to your hand. So eventually what happens is you'll end up building more and more merchant cards, and then getting your hand larger sizes. One other thing that I have to mention with the merchant cards when you're buying them, if you buy the one on the left, it is the cheapest card. It's for free, right? If you end up buying one that's further in, what happens is you have to take crystals from your caravan and put them on each left card from the card you're going to buy. So let's say if I were going to buy this card right here, right? I would have to put a crystal here, and a crystal there, and then I can purchase this card or acquire this card.
So that is their way. It's actually a kind of clever mechanic because that is their way of saying, if you want a card that's deeper in the pile and deeper to the right, that will give you an advantage, you have to pay for it. If you want something that's on the leftmost, then it's free. And it's a way that it gives other players, so if you're going for an advantageous card, it gives other players the ability to gain crystals off of you based on you trying to go aggressive to get a powerful card. So by putting your crystals on these other cards, when it's the next person's turn, they could actually acquire that card and gain all of the crystals that were on that card already. So it's actually a really cool mechanic. I actually like that. It's kind of a little bit of like, you know, you're pushing your luck, but at the same time you're getting a card that can really be advantageous to you. What am I gonna do here? So now this person's gonna go. What am I gonna do? I don't know. You know what? I do. I think this player is going to play this upgrade card. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to upgrade a yellow to a green, and then another yellow to a green. There you go. So they go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to keep these caravans, I guess, that way, so to separate the players. Now this card goes back down like that. So now this person's going to go, and they've got an upgrade card. It's all they have left is an upgrade card. So the next turn, they're going to have to do a rest. What are we going to do here? So they got nothing but yellows. They have no crystals to purchase anything here. Those cards require a lot of pinks and some yellows. So they're going to do an upgrade too. So let's do an upgrade here of 2 yellows to 2 greens as well. Okay. So I'm going to bring another yellow back in here. 2 yellows into 2 greens. Now this person over here is going to go, but they've only got one card left. Now, they don't have to play this card. I mean, this person over here could actually just go ahead and do a rest to gain their upgrade card back if they want. I mean, that is an option, but they're going to go ahead and play that and say, okay, let me get 2 yellows. I'll move the greens up like that. I guess one thing you could do in your caravan, you could align these as crystals that have higher value or lower value if you want. So next turn, player 1 goes. They're going to rest. That's all they can do. I mean, well, they could acquire a point card too if they wanted. They don't have to rest. If they had enough to acquire, you know what? Actually, I might do that. Just to be fun. Let's go ahead and spend 2 green, 2 yellow, and let's go for this one. We're gonna go for this point card right here. It's worth 6, as you can see. Now, you notice that this player didn't get any copper or silver coins because when we can get copper or silver coins is if you go for the leftmost point cards. So this is one way, very interesting. Let me go ahead and flip another golem card, a point card over. This is another interesting way that the game makes you, it pulls you in a certain way. Yeah, you know, you can always go the easy way and grab a card that's just gonna give you points. But if you want to go for a harder card that's already in a spot for a coin and you really want these coins, especially the copper coins, they give you 3 victory points each at the end of the game, then it will actually try to, I mean, it makes the strategy a little more engaging because instead of just going the easy way, you can say, okay, let me see if I can find a way to get a harder card to get that's worth more points. Now, it could also happen that an easy card could be here based on the shuffle. In this case, there isn't, which allows you to get an easy way to get a copper coin as well. Okay, so this one I flipped over has got 2 greens, 2 blues, and 2 pinks. I love the artwork of this one. Look at that. That's pretty badass with all the fire. That one does not look like a helpful golem, or maybe he is. I don't know if he's creating the fire or if he's helping with the fire. But that one gives you 19 points if you have those 2. Okay. This person over here is going to go ahead and rest, I think. I mean, well, they could buy. Let me see. Is there a point card? No, there's no point cards they can get. So they're going to go ahead and rest. This person here is, you know what, this person is probably going to go ahead and acquire this merchant card right here. They're not going to rest. And I did that on purpose. I didn't rest there because I just want to show you how you can take different paths for getting the cards. So I'll flip the next one over, merchant card here. So this person has 3 now. Now this person's going to go. What are they going to do? Dun, 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 dun. So instead of playing a card, I think this person's going to go ahead and grab a merchant card. He's going to grab this one that takes two yellow, a yellow and a green, and turns it into a pink. Holy shit. Okay, it turns into a pink, so that's in their hand. Now these slide down. There we go, and then this card flips over. Now let me show you, now this person over here is going to rest. They're going to pull all these cards back into their hand. Now this person over here is going to go ahead and go. Now let me show you the whole thing when I was talking about the crystals and you put them on. So this is an upgrade 3 card, right? I'm going to try to get this. And what I'm going to do is leftmost is free, but as you go inward to buy a card, then it becomes much more expensive to get the card inside, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a crystal here and a crystal here, and I'm going to acquire this. That is in essence paying for this card. So I've acquired this triple upgrade card and I am done. So now these move down, and you can see over here how these crystals remain on the cards. So then when somebody else acquires these cards, what happens is they get that crystal as a benefit. In a 2-player game, so what I did right there in a 2-player game, it wasn't much of an impact for this player over here because I put 2 crystals down. So yeah, I basically lose 1 crystal in a way, because if this player 1 goes for this or goes for that, if they go for this one, player 1's gonna have to put a crystal over here. But if player 1 goes for this and grabs that crystal and grabs that card, then I could always, this person over here could always, then when this slides down, could always get this card for free and get their crystal back. So in a 2-player game, I don't feel like putting those 2 crystals was as damaging, but in a 3 or 4-player game, that could have been, you could end up giving 2 crystals to 2 different peoples, and you basically, that's it. You just lose them. But I feel like that's the way it's going to be for everybody, especially when somebody tries to go in for an inner merchant card that is much more powerful. All right, so now player 1's going to go. So let's see what we got. You got a double upgrade. So they only have 1 crystal, 1 yellow here. They've got a triple green to triple blue, and they can acquire 2 yellows. I feel like I need some crystals here, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop that. I'm gonna play for the 2 yellows, right? So let's go ahead and start getting some of those. This player over here is gonna go now. So they've got a triple upgrade. So is it worth a triple upgrade right now? I'm not sure. So they're gonna actually, no, you know what? They're gonna play their yellow card. So they're gonna gain 2 yellows, and that way, when I use my upgrade cards later on, it's a little bit more advantageous. So player 1 goes. Now they've got a double upgrade or a convert 3 green to 3 blue. But you know what? I think we're gonna go for this card. So they're gonna get this one for free. They get that yellow crystal that was on there. Now all of these slide down. And the next card comes into play. So this comes into your hand, their hand, goes down. And now player 2 is going to go. So they can end up getting this, which will turn a pink to triple green if they wanted to. Yeah, I might, screw it, I might do that. That way I can get my yellow crystal back. This goes back into their hand. These all slide down. Just go back over here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So we have yellows, and we have a triple green to blues, upgrades, and we have to, okay, so let's go ahead and play an upgrade card. Let's do a double upgrade. We're going to do, dun, 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 dun. I think we're going to do, I'm going to upgrade this yellow twice. It's going to go from yellow to green, then from a green to a blue. And then that shows you how the double upgrade works when you're using the 1 crystal consecutively. And then this one over here, what we got? We have 2 greens. We have 5 yellow. Wow. 5 yellow. Ooh, here we go. So I'm going to do an upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade these 2 greens, a double upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade those 2 greens to 2 blues. So here are the 2 blues inside your caravan. So put that down there. So now this player 1's going to go. And player 1, should they end up, yeah, I think they're going to go for this one. They're going to go for this. This actually gives you, with a blue and 2 yellows, you can actually convert those 3 into 2 pinks. And look, I have a blue and 2 yellows. So later on, that would become advantageous. These cards slide down. New card flips. Okay. Now this person's going to go. What do they got? They have 2 blues, 3 yellows. Yep. They're going to spend... wait a minute. I was thinking about going for this one. It's 9 points. But I kind of want to get that one too. Oh, here we go. Triple upgrade, baby. Okay. Triple upgrade. They're going to go ahead and upgrade 3 of these yellows. Boom, 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 boom. To 3 greens. Perfect. And they are done. Now this person goes over here. And what are they going to do? They are going to do, so they have a blue and trip yellows. So they're going to play this to convert a blue and 2 yellows. A blue and 2 yellows into 2 pinks. So they now have 2 pinks in their caravan. Now this person's going to go. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They only have this left. A pink that turns into 3 greens, or a green and a yellow turns into a pink. Boy. So we need... we do need pinks, don't we? Yeah, I think what this person's going to do is they're going to rest to get back all their cards. So they rest. This first person player goes. What are they going to do here? Okay, so we got a pink, 2 pinks, and a yellow. So we need more pinks. So they're going to rest as well and get back their cards. Now, this person's going to go. They're going to go with their double upgrade. Double upgrade. They're going to turn these 2 blues into 2 pinks. There you go. 2 pinks. And now we're going to go. But you see how the hands are getting bigger and bigger, right? Let me look at this. Now the hands are 5 merchant cards. What is this person going to do? They're going to play this. They're going to get 2 yellows. I'm going to shift these up. They're going to get 2 yellows in there. Okay, they're going to put their card down. Now this person, what they're going to do is they're going to end up going for a card. So they're going to spend 2 pinks, just like that. 3 greens to get this card right here, which is worth 14 points. That is worth 14 points on their side. And they also get a copper coin that's worth 3 points at the end of the game. Okay, so that goes over there. These slide down. So what happens if the copper coins run out? Well, the rules state if the copper coins run out, then all the silver coins end up sliding to the left. And they will be in this first slot, while everything else has got nothing. And that's how you play the game. That is how you play the game. Really, really easy. You have these hands that eventually build up. You can either acquire a merchant card, you can acquire a point card, you can also gain crystals, upgrade crystals. You have a 10 crystal limit in your caravan. And eventually what happens is your hands get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as you're acquiring. And then, of course, resting is an action you can do in order to get all your cards back, because you can play 1 card and then you end up losing the cards until you rest to get them all back. Now, in a 2 or 3 player person game, the person that buys the 6th point card will trigger the end of game, in which case then you finish the round. And when you finish the round, then after that you count all your points, and you count your points from the cards, the point cards, plus the points from your coins, plus the points from your crystals that are beyond yellow. So apparently yellow crystals that are left in your caravan at the end of the game mean nothing. They mean absolute zilch. The green and higher are the ones that mean point values in your caravan when you get toward the end of the game. The person with the most points wins the game. Really simple game, easy to learn, easy to play, great for playing with your family. And this version, the Golem edition, has excellent artwork. I absolutely love it. I know I've been, going goo gaga over it the entire video, but it's actually pretty cool. And that's it. That is how you play Century, the Golem edition. If you guys like this video, please like, and please consider subscribing if you're new here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.